Hello, everybody. Welcome back to X-Plane 11 once again. Today, we're going to fly the 737-700 Ultimate, and we're going to fly it from Atlanta with service to Key West. Now, 737 operations into Key West are interesting. I've never flown one before. I just recently was vacationing in Key West, and I noticed that they were flying Delta 737s in there, and I was like, what's going on? I didn't know they did that. So, it's about a 4,900-foot runway. And you're going to be using about max or auto brake 3 on the landing, and we have about 80 passengers on board, so we're not a full flight at all. That's how they do it in the real world. They have to limit the amount of passengers that they sell down there. However, I'm not sure the actual number that they do. I just went with half of what it normally is, so we're half loaded, and all should be well. Everything's set to go up in the cockpit. We're ready about ready for pushback. So let's head up there and get started.
Folks from the cockpit, I'd like to welcome you on board. We're ready up front. Everybody's closed up outside, and we're just waiting to get some of our performance numbers and the clearance from air traffic control, and we should be underway. It's our pleasure having you on board with us today. Sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Should be underway here shortly. Thanks for flying with Delta today.
All right, we've given the little spiel back there, and he sounds about as ready for the flight as I am. I don't know why I'm stumbling on words today, but I am. I'm trying to get things going. AC is working upstairs once again. This is the 4th attempt they've made to fix it. Hopefully it'll stay that way. So it's been a long night. Didn't get a lot of sleep, sleeping on the couch after it was like 100 degrees up here last night. So everything's good to go there. All we need to do now is go to our next page of checklists. And we're ready for the before start checklist. I'm going to be stumbling over words. I'm so sorry about that. I think it's just a lack of sleep, honestly. That's probably honestly what it is. Before we do that, we have flight deck door. Not ready for that just yet. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. So to do that, let's just go ahead and flip the anti-collision light on. That'll shut them up back there, and they'll close the door for us. Once we do that, we'll go through the MCP, and I'll talk a little bit more about the route that we are flying today.
Prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all call.
There we go. Cross-check and all call. I need to get the pushback ready, too, so they should be coming up here to...
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
You got it. Thank you. So that's good to go. On behalf of Delta, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to get the pushback ready to go, and then once that's happening, we'll talk about the route. All right, while they're doing that, we're going to go ahead and get that gate away. Nope, does not have auto gate, so we're not worried about that. All right, so what are we doing today? We are going to be flying out on runway 26 left. Okay, we'll release the parking brake here so they can push us out. Not a problem.
Starting pushback.
And you may clear to clear. All right, we'll start engines here in a minute. So runway 26 left, a departure up to 9,000 feet, and then as filed, we're going to go ahead and... arm our, or we're going to get the VNAV and LNAV ready to go there. Across the board, let's talk a little bit about our route. Let's go to the plan. We'll go to the legs page over here, as you can see, on the right side, but on the left. We're going to take off. We'll go to Snuffy, and then we will go to Slaw, Riggs, Rivet. Then we go to Bang, Luck, Bullseye, Carter, Gigi, and then we'll do Sting, and we'll start our RNAV approach for runway 9er into Key West. So there's Chet's at Naw Busby, runway 9. So you'll see we're going to be about 3,000 feet of Chet's, and then 1,500 when we are basically stable. So that is what we're doing. Let's go back to the init ref page there. V1 today, 124, VR 125, V2 135. We're doing a 24K D rate takeoff. So that is all set to go. Go to map mode there. And let's go ahead and start this baby up. Let's get our fuel pumps on. Won't need the center pumps on very long today at all, I'll tell you that. That's good to go. Let's go ahead and kill our packs. Packs can come off. We'll go dual bleed on, and we are ready to rock and roll. Let's go ahead and start engine number 2 first. Click it to the ground position. And start valves open. We have N2. Or sorry, N1. No, we have N2. Okay. Been a while. Haven't flown the 7.3 in a while. There we go. And waiting for 25% on N2, and we'll increase the the fuel. There it goes. Like that. And we have a good start. Look at that. Pushing us out on the line today. I love it. Fantastic stuff.
And even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air.
All right, we're ready to go ahead and pull the parking brake, and we're going to start engine number 1. That's over to the ground position. Start valves open. We have N2. Set our auto brakes to RTO. And I am using an older version of the 737-700 mainly because I don't want any issues. And this is the released version. Disconnect to see the hand signals. The released version, and I've never had issues with it. So any one after that, I've had problems with it crashing on top of descent and things like that. So that's the reason why we have the yellow MCP, if you were wondering. There we go. That looks great. Excellent, excellent. All right, so
has been removed. Hand signal on the left.
Okay.
We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Sounds great. Thanks for the help. All right, checklist. We will do the before taxi checklist. Gens 1 and 2. Let's go ahead and flip those bebes on. There we go. Those are good. Probe heat. That comes on. 1, 2. Wing anti-ice is needed. Off and off. Pack switches are going to go back to the auto position. So we'll have air flowing to those now. Middle bleed comes off. Auto, off. And we can go ahead and put these to continuous. Now we're going to go ahead and kill the APU. We don't need that anymore. We're no longer on the APU. Engine start levers are at idle. Ground equipment's clear. Flaps 5 for takeoff. So 1, 2, 3. Verify. Flight controls are next. Let's go ahead and go to systems. We got left, neutral, right. We got forward. We got back. I've got right rudder. I've got left rudder. And we're good to go. Free and correct on the controls, and we'll make sure that that is lower to use blank. Check blank done. Before taxi, checklist complete. So we're going to straight out here. Straight out. And we're going to go out on Foxtrot, take Foxtrot down to 26 left. So, ready to go. Let's go ahead and turn on the taxi light, release the parking brake, and let's do it. All right, we're going to go ahead and let them know that we're ready for departure, so we'll just go ahead and flip the wing light on.
We'll be taking off in just a few minutes. Flight attendants, please start a cabin for departure.
There you go. Before entering runway departure, runway correct, 26 left. Yep, entering the runway, we'll turn the strobe lights on and all that.
Good flight.
Landing lights are going to come on. Turn-offs are going to come on. We're going to go to strobe and steady. All right, we are cleared for takeoff on runway 26 left. Add our power there, and we'll hit ET for en route time. Let's go ahead and arm the auto throttles. They're armed. We'll line up on the runway. We'll go to 40%, let them stabilize, and then we will engage TOGA, which is takeoff go-around power. All right, all lined up here. Like that. We'll go to 40. About right there looks good. A little bit more. 40 is stabilized and TOGA power. Or not. How about that? Not going to work. How about N1? N1 will take it. All right. Airspeed's alive.
80 knots.
It's going to be cross-checked. Wow, this thing is a rocket ship.
V1, rotate.
There we go. Time to rotate.
Positive brake.
Gear up. Wonderful. I've had that issue with this airplane, though, the toga not working correctly. There's our intercept heading. There's the turn. Bringing the nose down and flying it. Still bringing it down. There's the fuel. Those guys come off. I knew we were going to be using that very long today. Not a problem. Bring the flaps up. There we go. Airplane's accelerating nicely. I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and engage the autopilot. And we'll increase our altitude now. And we'll climb and maintain 25,000 feet. Now we don't have to mess with it too much today. There we go. Put this here into the off position. And we'll clean up this. Off, off, off. Those stay on. All is good there. Don't worry about all this stuff. We'll go to our... actually, you know what? We're good on that right now. All we have left is now climb and cruise. And that's not till 10,000 feet, which are at 6,200 right now climbing. We are climbing nicely out of here right now. 9,200. And 9,300 will be at 10,000 before you know it. Airplane's starting to slow down as we're blasting through the clouds here. Another turn. I don't have any ortho on this side of Atlanta, so that's the reason why we don't have any ortho scenery there. We have some beautiful scenery going into Key West today. There's 10,000 feet. Landing lights come off. And wing comes off as well. And they can start their drink service. How about that? As needed. Transition altitudes at 18,000. That's our next thing. And all is well right now.
Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. Now reach an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices. And a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, you'll get our pleasure of offering you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh Eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as our fresh Eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 50% and earn double miles on all Delta purchases.
We are above 18,000 feet. We are on standard pressure all the way across the board. Everybody's happy. Looking good here. So standard, that is verified. And then that'll be all for our next thing, which is our descent. Not a problem at all. We are right now headed towards, let's see right there, Bang intersection, 27 nautical miles to that.
1,000 to go.
1,000 feet to go to our top of climb here at 37,000 feet. No turbulence on the way out. It was pretty darn smooth. Very, very, very happy with it. Not bad at all. Nothing to report. And looks like we are going to get to our climb before Luck intersection. And then after Luck, we'll make that left turn towards Bullseye. And so coming up on 370 now, we'll turn those fasten seatbelt signs off here in just a second. Waiting for that 370. It's very close to doing it. That's good enough. All right, let's go ahead and go fasten seatbelts off. And we'll talk to them.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt lights off. You're free to move about. Once you are seated, we recommend you keep your belts fastened. Thank you.
Moving up, keep a little closer. Meanwhile, please sit back, relax, enjoy the trip with us.
We are encountering a little bit of turbulence right now, so we're going to turn those fasten seatbelt signs back on, so they'll be good to go. Now we're on the longest leg here. We have 315 nautical miles to Carter intersection, and we are just getting beat up by some turbulence today. I'll tell you that right now. You can see how the whole cockpit is shaking. Everybody's strapped in back there. Hopefully it'll level out. If it doesn't here in a few moments, I might try a different flight level to see if that helps. We're in a descent right now to 35,000 feet to try to get out of this turbulence. It's been pretty constant for a while now, so we're going to see if it's a little bit better below. If not, we might have to climb and try to get above it. Cruising along here to flight level 350. Things are much calmer now than they were before. At 350, so we're just going to stick with 350. We've got a little bit of a buildup out there. One few specks of precipitation. There are some showers that are moving through the Keys right now. We'll see if they move out by the time we get there. But as of right now, we are 175 nautical miles to Carter intersection. So I had to go into our FMC and update it with flight level 350. So they did move the top of descent before Carter now. So we'll be starting to descent a little bit earlier than we originally planned, which I am perfectly fine with. Let's have a look and see with what we've got here on the right-hand side. We've got flaps 30 and flaps 40. We'll be doing a flaps 30 landing at 131 knots. So we'll do 30 at 131. We'll select that there. So wind corrections there, 136 for our VREF speed in Key West. There it is right there, 4,793 feet. So less than 4,900. I was wrong with that. So 4,793. That's pretty insane. Glide slope off or on. We can have it. We're just going to probably do a visual approach, to be perfectly honest with you. And I am fine with that. So that's good to go. Remember, this bug is still there. We're not worried about that. Auto brakes today are going to be 3. And we're good there. So we'll be starting our descent before too long. Just wanted to let you know. Here it looks at about 85 nautical miles to that. About to start our way down. We're getting some more turbulence right now. We're going to turn our fasten seatbelt sign back on for that, but you can see the storms off to our right-hand side. However, we might just get a little bit of precipitation, but not too bad. We're going to start our descent here at about the 15 nautical mile mark. We're going to have to put the airplane into a descent ourselves. The VNAV is not working correctly, and it's not listening to what it should be doing, so we're going to start our way down manually. That'll work right there. Fasten seatbelt signs are on. We're skirting around a little bit of precipitation that was off to a right whole buildup of storms. But we're gonna have to do this the old manual way, I suppose, because VNAV is not working the way it should. So landing altitude verified, it's set at 000 because it's 3 feet there. System annunciator goes to recall. There we go. That's good to go. Approach ref page. VREF is entered. Radio barrel minimums is needed. Navigation radio. Those are good to go. We don't need them. Auto brakes 3. That is set. Descent checklist is complete. Next will be approach. And that'll be after 18,000 feet as it loads in some tiles. So we're keeping an eye on that. Looking good here. We'll increase our descent as we need to. And we'll put out speed brakes if we have to. We got the VNAV to start working again, so we're at about 2,400 feet per minute. We were using our speed brakes as needed. Skirting around the storms. The storms are off to our right-hand side. We're looking good here. If we zoom out a little bit, we can see what we've got going on. Some more storms off to the left, but I don't think we're going to have anything over Key West. That is wonderful news. Keeping an eye if we need more drag as we are descending. I'm going to grab the altimeter for Key West, and we'll plug that in here at 18,000 feet. Okay, we've got the altimeter plugged in. That is 3000. Currently in Key West right now, winds are 110 at 10 knots, 10 statute miles of visibility, clear skies. Looks like we have a temperature of 32, which is 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and a dew point of 24. And that's pretty much that. Nice and clear. Just a little gusty wind's going to be coming out as we are landing, but we were already expecting that to begin with. Almost to Gigi, or Gigi, whatever you want to call it. And then we go to Sting and then make that right-hand turn, and we start that arrival into Key West. Airplane is now decelerating to 240 knots, and we're hanging out right at 10,400. And it's bleeding off all that airspeed. Once it gets below 250, there's the drop. We'll continue that descent, and right when we hit 10,000, we'll turn the landing lights on. So we're getting pretty close to that as of right now. So let's have a look and see what we got here. Flat, no, but don't need that. At or above 10,000 feet. Fixed landing lights, let's go ahead and turn them on now. They are on. Passenger signs as needed. They are on. And transition level altimeter is set 3000. Update the RNP is good to go. All right, wonderful. Landing VNAV. Roll mode, LNAV, VNAV, that's good to go. At 2 nautical miles before FAF, we don't need that. We're pretty much going to go we're pretty much going to be doing a visual approach today to runway 9er, and I'm fine with that. We've got wing light that can come on, and overhead panel looks good as of right now. Airplane is slowing down nice and good as well. So we're almost to Sting intersection. That is Key West right off our nose there. You see it out there? How pretty. All the Florida Keys all the way off to the left, as you can see. So we'll make that right turn from Sting, and then we'll descend down to 3. We need to be at 3,000 at or above. We are rolling off here after Sting. I'll zoom that in a little bit more so we see what's going on here. And we pretty much will just get a nice left base going as we descend down to 1,500. We'll do a visual approach for the runway. We're 230 knots right now, so the placard is 280 for the first notch of flaps. But we're going to keep the best speed towards the airport right now. No need to take our time getting in here today. Had some clouds pop in here to the left as it loaded in all of that. But there's Key West right there. You can see the port all the way there, and then the airport is right in there. So, whoop. And that's the Naval Air Station over there. So this is Key West, all of it right there. Tiny little airport we're going to be landing on. So I'll be happy with all that stuff. Landing gear lever will be down, 3 green. Yeah, we know basic stuff. Flaps 15, continuous, armed, eliminate. Okay, so we want to make sure this is armed. So that is armed with the green light there. And we're going to go ahead and slow this airplane now. We'll go flaps 1. That's going to assist with the slowing quite a bit. And we'll pretty much be unedited until we land here. When I stayed in Key West, we ended up staying right smack dab in the middle, right there, right off of Truman. The name of that road right there. And the airport's over there. This landing is going to be fast. I have a feeling it's going to be really fast. I've never flown a 737 into this airport, not even once. So I'm expecting a pretty hard landing here, as we want to actually touch down before the touchdown markers here at this runway. And with auto brakes on 3, we're going to get a nice surprise as this thing slows down even more. We'll go flaps 2. And speed checks for that. As it's now highlighted in magenta. That's great. Almost to Chet's at 3,000 feet. Got the keys right there. Airport in sight right there. And this is going to be a fun one. And we'll go flaps 5, speed checks, flaps 5. And this is going to happen pretty fast. So we're making our left turn now to go to Atnaw. And we're pretty much ready to turn off the autopilot and hand flyer in ourselves. See the keys out there, the little smaller ones. See sunset key back there. That's cool. That's our runway right there. Looking wonderful here. Okay, we'll go gear down, flaps 15. Airplane's still decelerating. We're going to make sure that it does what it needs to down to 1,500 feet. All right. These all come on. We'll let them know they can be seated for landing. So down, 3 green, flaps 15, continuous, armed, illuminated. Flap lever is directed, blah, 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 blah. It's going to be 3,000 on the misapproach procedure. Actually, you know what? Let's keep it on 1,500 for now, as the airplane's starting to do that. To do its thing, because it wants to be at about 3,500 here at Atnall. Then when we make that left turn, we'll be at 1,500 at Busby. So maybe we put down the flaps and everything a little too early, but that's perfectly fine, honestly. And the airplane's kind of already at VREF. Here's our left turn. You always learn something new when you come into airports you've never flown a big airplane into. There's the runway right there. Okay. RNP looks good. That's all that matters. 137 looking great on our speed. Yeah, I think we dropped the gear and flaps a little early, but that's all right. Not a big deal. Helps you slow down and keep you ready for the worst. It's holding VREF just nice. Airplane's still descending down to 1,500 feet. So we're down to 1,500 and then we will disengage everything and fly. This is much more of a stable approach than I was expecting. I was expecting to be a lot closer to the runway, I guess. But here, I'll zoom in here. You see the runway right there. Oh, yeah, we stayed at one of these little houses, like right in here, which was awesome. All right, that's good. Okay, we'll go flaps 25. 1,000 to go. You got it. So yeah, we have a lot more room than it looks like on the chart when I was looking at the chart for this. Because you can pretty much shoot this kind of like you do in ILS, since the glide slope is coming in. All right, so once we get that, let's go ahead and go flaps 30. Speed brakes are armed and good. We can go ahead and we'll do the auto throttles first. Take those ourselves, take them over, and then we will disengage the autopilot as well. My airplane. Winds are pretty much right down the runway right now, looking good. Don't want to be fast here. Oh, follow our glide path. Taxi's good, everybody's happy. Boy, that is a tiny looking airport. Let's slow this puppy down. Get it back down to VREF here. Using a lot of trim there. A lot of trim.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Looking good right now. nice and stable. This thing flies like a dream. It's really good. Oh, now it's getting fast. Slow that puppy down. I don't know why it started taking off on us there.
400. 300.
Got it back under control. If it would have been faster than that, we would have done a go round for sure. Ooh, a little rocky there.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
There we go. Reverses out.
knots.
There's 60. We clear them. And those go to off position. There we go, folks. Welcome to Key West. Wow, that's a interesting approach and landing for sure. Do a stop here and turn to the right. Wow. All right, we'll go ahead and turn these all off. That goes off, and then that goes back to steady. I'm going to start our AP here in a minute. Let's go to the right a little bit more. There we go. Straight in like that. APU, start. There we go. This we're gonna park it right here, I guess. Or one of these spots. I'm gonna go ahead and go down here and turn around, I suppose. All right. Yeah, we'll park at this one right here, actually, the stand. Which we probably just went. We could have just gone down another taxiway. That would have helped. But that's okay. U.S. Customs and Border Protection. There's plenty of parking over here. Not worried at all. Let's bring the flaps up. Not a whole lot to get the airplane clean either after you've arrived. Here we go. Nicely done. All right, let's go ahead and bring it in right here to this taxi spot.
50, 40, 30, 10.
All right, taxi lights off, parking brake there. Make sure we're on APU power there. That comes on, and we can kill the engines on both sides. There we are. And then anti-collision light off. Seatbelts off. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us today from our flight from Atlanta to Key West. What an interesting one. I need to practice that approach a little bit more. So in hindsight, we could have kept more speed to the airport. Would have dropped the gear and flaps and everything once we were lined up and we're headed to Busby. So that was my fault. I thought we were going to be a lot closer to the island than we actually were based off of the chart I was looking at. But you live and you learn. Every single landing, you learn something new. And apart from that, I mean, it was a hard landing, but it's supposed to be pretty firm and hard getting into Key West. So with that said, I will see you all next time. Take care.